I'm Nick Snow, watching government for Oil and Gas Journal in Washington, D.C. In one of the busiest Decembers ever for oil and gas in the nation's capital, one word, infrastructure, kept popping up as a key challenge for 2015. Our resource estimates have more than doubled since 2002. Production is approaching 71 billion cubic feet per day, a record. Natural Gas Supply Association President Dina E. Wiggins said during a natural gas roundtable North American gas outlook discussion at the Canadian Embassy on December 9th. We need infrastructure to get this gas to market, she noted. There's a lot of new pipeline going into the ground. Concerns have been raised over local disruptions from construction of more gas transmission capacity, Wiggins said. I think people need to be convinced there are benefits to putting more pipe in the ground, she said. 9 days later, U.S. Energy Secretary Ernest G. Moniz said the Obama administration's Quadrennial Energy Review would produce its first major report in January, dealing with infrastructure. One early finding was that associated systems, mainly rail and water, quote, matter more than we thought, end quote, he said during a discussion of the International Energy Agency's latest periodic review of U.S. energy policies at the Bipartisan Policy Center. Another is that the country's gas systems, quote, are in better shape than we thought, although there are regional issues, Moniz continued. Infrastructure must become sufficiently resilient to keep working during major weather events, he maintained. Finally, American Petroleum Institute President Jack N. Gerard minced no words when it came to U.S. infrastructure significance during his 2015 State of American Energy Address on January 6th. One of the few areas most often mentioned where both political parties largely agree is on the need to invest in our nation's aging energy infrastructure, he said. Our electrical grid, roads, pipelines, and rail freight lines do not have a political affiliation. Our decisions to improve them should be equally apolitical, particularly those built by the private sector. Infrastructure upgrade investments would generate massive economic gains, Gerard asserted. An analysis from the IHS Consulting Group found that essential infrastructure improvements in just oil and gas could, over the next decade, encourage as much as $1.15 trillion in new private investment, support 1.15 million new jobs, and add $120 billion a year on average to our nation's gross domestic product, he said. This level of infrastructure investment eclipses the pending highway bill, API's president continued. Together, they could create thousands of well-paying jobs and improve our nation's economic competitiveness. We should look beyond bridges and roads at pipelines and rail systems. There's no getting around it. Many energy leaders were thinking hard about infrastructure issues as 2015 got underway. They keep bringing it up because it matters. That's Watching Government for this week. In Washington, I'm Nick Snow for Oil and Gas Journal.